Welcome to See You on the Internet, a podcast exploring life, love, and the pursuit of happiness in the age of the internet. We're your hosts.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Nicole.
Let's get into it.
Just two gals recording in the living room this week.
Just two gals in the living room.
We got to do what we can. Second week in a row without Alex.
And let me tell you, every week feels longer and longer.
I'm feeling lost without her. She's having such a good vacation in London, and she deserves every single second of it.
Every second of it. But I am selfish.
But my heart aches.
And I miss her.
My heart aches, and I miss her so deeply. Because again, like we said last week, she keeps us on track, not only with our tangents, but also in the fact that we have someone to perform for.
Exactly. And that's here's the thing. We would absolutely crush a live show.
Yeah, we would.
We need a live studio audience. Like, that's kind of like what I feel like we're missing. Like, that's the missing key to us propelling right to the top.
Like, I think if anyone learned anything during our Mother's Day episodes, it's that you and I, performers. We were put on this earth to put on a show, to make sure that you, our audience, is having a good time.
Exactly.
Like Britney says, there are those who perform and those that observe.
Correct.
Okay?
And like Britney also says, it's Britney, bitch.
It's Britney, bitch.
I don't know why in my brain that's where you're going with it. And I was like, okay, I'm ready for it. And then I was like,
oops, I did it again.
As Britney says, she's so lucky. She's a star. It's what our parents have been saying about us all our lives.
And famously, Britney also says, toxic. So.
And
sometimes,
we also must read toxic from Community. So.
And sometimes she says, I'm a slave for you. Only the lucky ones get I'm a slave for you from us.
Exactly.
You gotta earn it, bitch. So anyway, that's a little Britneyism moment for you guys. Maybe a new segment on the pod.
It's like reading our daily affirmations, but it's reading our daily Britney quote.
And we should be all channeling Britney Spears more often, because why
Always.
not? Why not?
Talk about living in delusion and being happy, better for it. Miss Girl is...
Yeah, but
she's not necessarily here, but where she is a good place that I want to be. You know what I'm saying?
You think it's all the pills she's been put on by her conservatorship people?
I listened to the audiobook of her memoir.
Yeah.
What a ride.
What
a ride. Yeah, it was Michelle Williams
famously
narrating. It was pretty crazy. It was good, though. I was entertained.
My mom used to be such a meanie to me about Britney Spears. She would be like, she's lip syncing. She's lip syncing. She's not really singing.
Pam.
I'm sorry, ma'am. That's not why I'm watching her. Do you see her on stage? She's holding a snake. I also am not really expecting her to be singing full chested right now.
Right.
I'm sorry. Look at her. She's dancing. Like, this is the same with Tate McRae. And Tate McRae does sing.
Mm-hmm.
She has a handheld microphone. But that girl just wants to dance. Because why? She came up from the Abby Lee Miller dance company. Okay, so we know she's got the moves.
To dance.
She just wants to dance.
Dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17.
Only 17. Now, she is singing, but 90% of the time, she's actually not singing. Her mic is on, but it's...
It's you recording the podcast.
Okay, it's all over the place because she's dancing. She's hitting her dance move.
Yeah, but I did also see a really funny tweet today. And it was like, for a girl whose entire personality is being a good dancer, they're like, I have rarely seen her bust out more than like 10 seconds of dancing in a row. It's like she runs around and she stretches her body. And I was like, honestly, and it was a quote tweet of the new music video for the F1 movie song that she did.
Yeah.
And it is true. She's literally just like, she's just stretching the whole time.
You know, people are like really amped that she's doing like the F1 theme song. And I'm like, y'all gotta chill. We could have found someone way better than this. I've said it once and I'll say it again. My level of love for Tate McRae is purely surface level, and the fact that I think she's hot.
Yeah.
I think she's really fucking hot, and go off, queen.
No,
But
exactly.
do I think that she's like that talented? Not really.
No, but you know, she found her niche and I'm happy for her. Very beautiful, very good dancer. Good for her.
Yeah, so people were comparing her to Britney, and I just really don't think that there's any comparison to Britney, if I'm being honest.
I don't think there's anyone that has the right to be compared to Britney, to be honest.
Because not only based on talent, but like to be a famous woman
at that
in
time,
the 90s to mid 2000s, hell. You were put on this earth to face a certain level of hell that no one else has ever gone through before.
Literally.
And ideally will never go through again. When you talk about karmic cycles, hey, they completed their karmic cycles, okay?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. It's the bare minimum is hitting a paparazzi car with your umbrella and shaving your head. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the ground floor.
That was
in terms of crashing out.
Yeah.
Girl, you stayed sane for as much as I'm concerned. So
100%. 100%.
Her crash out could have been astronomical level.
And it would have been so warranted.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And I just think that, like, right now, like, at her time, Britney Spears was pop. Like, she was pop music. She was, like, I think unequivocally the most famous woman in the world. Like, she was everywhere. She was doing everything. She was the most famous woman. There are so many pop girls now. Like, there can't just I don't think anyone can be compared to Britney because no one can be at the level that Britney was simply because there's too much competition right now. Like, there's too many other people.
And when she said, "It's Britney, bitch,"
she meant it. She said, "Full chest, it's Britney, bitch."
Okay.
Yeah.
And she deserves that title.
She deserves it. I don't think that there will ever be anyone that is at the level of Britney Spears again. Because I just think that, I mean, that was before American Idol, The Voice. It's like before we started kind of like churning out pop stars.
It was the Disney machine.
Right. Like, I think she was kind of like the first one there. Yeah. And I mean, I guess at the same time there was like Christina Aguilera, but I feel like Christina Aguilera was a little more like niche than Britney was.
I feel like because she had the more grungy type look, not grungy, but like, you know, she had her nose pierced and like her eyebrow pierced. Yeah. And so she was she was dirty. Okay.
Too dirty to clean her act up.
Exactly. And so I feel like she didn't have this kind of wholesome girl next door look that Britney Spears did.
And let's be real, Britney was also dating one of the most famous men in the world. Like, that was at the exact same time doing the same thing. Like, there's no star power. Like, there's no, I mean, what relationship is there right now? Like, there's no like most popular pop girl and most popular pop boy at the same time.
No.
So we don't really have pop boys.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, the closest we got was Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber.
Probably, yeah.
Miley Cyrus and Nick Jonas.
Like, that's kind of the last time there was.
I mean, not to bring it back to Tate McRae, but she is dating Kid Laroi, which I wouldn't say that they're necessarily equals, but.
Because I wouldn't say that he is at the same level as her, and I wouldn't say that he's like that famous. Like, I don't know, I still think he's kind of niche because, again, there's so many. I don't know, like NSYNC and Britney Spears were like insane levels of like stardom.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think like, and again, Britney had painted herself as this good girl next door with Baby One More Time, schoolgirl outfits,
Mhm.
pigtails, the whole 9 yards. And then to transition into I'm a slave for you was a crazy switch up. I mean, I'm glad she did it, but I can't even imagine what that rebrand was like mentally for her and having to deal with the tabloids.
I mean, to be fair though, her schoolgirl look was
Was
not like
slutty
a
for
knee length. It
sure.
wasn't like a knee length schoolgirl skirt with a button down shirt tucked into it and pigtails.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I still think it was like she kind of
Suggestive.
brought the sexy schoolgirl
She did.
thing.
God, I love Britney. My coworker and I were just talking about something similar today where we were talking about Beyonce because she had gone to the Cowboy Carter tour and I was asking her
Mhm.
about it. And she was like telling me that allegedly Beyonce's next album is going to be rock with
Cool.
influences like Prince and Tina Turner and I
Love.
can't remember who else she said, but it's in this vein. And so she was like, I think she's like, my bet is that she already recorded it, and so after this tour, it's like she gets a little bit of a break, and then they're just kind of planning it. And then she was like, and then I hope she goes on tour, and then I hope she retires. And I was like, yeah, but do you think Beyonce would like ever retire? Or do you think she does it because she loves it?
I mean, I think she loves it.
Right?
Because I think that she has reached the level of her career where she gets to do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Like, she isn't pigeonholed into a specific genre anymore.
Right.
She doesn't, like, have to do the same thing. She's like, I
Yeah.
can try country because I love country music and I
Mhm.
love making music. I can do rock. Like, I think she just gets to choose whatever she wants. Like, she made Lemonade and, like, only Beyonce could have made Lemonade. Like, there's just, like, so many
Yeah.
things where it's like, now she just gets to, like, truly make music that she loves. And I think she's at like that level where it's going to be successful because it's Beyonce.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if she'll retire because I think that she can just like do whatever she wants to do.
I agree.
I think there will be some time between this and like the next one
Because
for
we were
sure.
chatting where she was like, well, at some point does she start to water down her brand because she's doing too much? And I'm like, I don't know, like, because she compared it to Mariah Carey. Like, apparently Mariah Carey put out a new single on Friday, and apparently it's awful. I haven't listened to it, so I can't say. But I was like, I don't know. It feels crazy that that's like Mariah Carey is one of the best selling artists of all times. She has number one most hit singles of like any female artist. She is a legend in her own right. But now when you think of Mariah Carey, you're like, okay, Mariah Carey, sure, right? Like she's
Right.
not putting out at the level that she used to, and therefore kind of watering down
But
her
she also,
brand.
yeah, I feel like she hasn't done anything to like really keep herself relevant
Right.
other than like Christmas. And what is Christmas? Always going back to that one song.
No
So, like,
one.
I feel like she's almost like kept herself in the past. She hasn't evolved her look. She
Right.
hasn't evolved her brand. Like her brand hasn't evolved. And so it's hard for her to come into the new like mainstream and be current because she hasn't tried to be current in any other way.
Right.
Where Beyonce, I feel like, has consistently been like reinventing herself and like staying current. And even if she's not like putting out music as much, because I mean, I don't know, she's not like cranking them out like Taylor.
Right.
Like, Taylor's like album a year, basically. Like, surprise, it's an album. And I'm like, actually, I'm not surprised anymore. I didn't expect this. But like, I feel like Beyonce has at least like had new, like, she's reinvented herself
Yeah.
looks wise, like branding wise, so many times that I feel like it makes sense for her. Where with Mariah, it feels like she's kind of stuck, and so it feels like she's trying too hard now. She puts something out that is trying to be current. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yes. And I agree too in the sense that Beyonce has her brand on lock.
Yeah.
She has a strategy. She has a incredibly smart team around her, helping her make decisions that keep her laser focused on what's going to be successful. And when Beyonce is not on tour, you don't hear a fucking thing about her.
Exactly. She's never overexposed, but she's also not underexposed.
Exactly. And so I think that that's like, I think that there's no one really, when we think about Britney and being like, oh, there's no one who's going to do it like her. It's just really hard to compare because I feel like that was such a moment in time. And it feels like, okay, well, there's also no one. I guess the only person you could really compare Beyonce to is Taylor Swift. Like, I feel like those two are like the only ones who are at the top of their game right now and
Agreed.
consistently have a brand. They have an incredibly smart team around them. Well, you could say Taylor, some people probably say Taylor's overexposed. She is doing too much, right? But like, I'm gonna eat it up.
I mean, I think at this moment in her career right now, yes, but I think that goes along with her. There's been just a lot. She's been doing a lot. She's in a relationship with someone else. Like, I think there is a like overexposure for her, but I do think like with Eras Tour being over, like I think we're about to go into a moment where she is going back kind of under the radar for a while. Like she finally, her like mission of being in the spotlight has been, I need to be as famous as possible, as successful as possible, to have as much leverage as possible to
buy
own
back her
masters again.
masters.
Like she needed the leverage of having legitimately every person on the planet on her side for that to happen. Now she does. Now her like, I mean, it's kind of like when we talk about books, like conflict resolution. That was a conflict. She's resolved it. She can, close the book for now.
Yeah.
And wait for something new. Like I think we're about to get like a big kind of lull from
drop
her.
off from her. Well, I'm devastated because this means that we're not getting Reputation Taylor's version, which
I know.
At least give us the vault tracks, girl. Like at least give me the
Her
vault
being
tracks.
like, if you want them, Taylor, be so
Taylor,
for real.
be so. If she doesn't put out "I'd Lie," I'll kill her. Like I want debut, I want Reputation, and like I get that it's so symbolic that the only two things that she was left with was her name and her reputation. Like I get it, the optics of it, insane. She couldn't have set it up better. Literally. If she tried, which I know she did, and she succeeded at it, and I know she's a witch. However, as a lifelong Reputation stan,
I know.
When many people came out as haters, people said this album sucks, only to renege on that years later. I deserve this.
You do.
I deserve this. So,
do you think that there's anyone at the moment who has potential to reach this level? Because I can think of two people that I really truly think have the potential. Number one, Chapel. I need to see where her next era goes. But I think that
I don't think she has
the
I don't think she has the personality for it. I think she's going to ruin it.
Because I think that I think her team is really smart. I think the way that she fully embodies the era she's in and the music she makes.
Yep.
I can see that going longer. Almost I can almost see her having a Lady Gaga-esque era where it's it's all really big, but she then transfers into doing other things. The other person that I think has a really good team around them, and I really can't wait to see what happens, is Sabrina Carpenter. I'm a Sabrina stan, and I think she struggled for a while. I think she had her moments where it was Emails I Can't Send was a great album. It didn't get the recognition it really deserved. It only is getting recognition kind of now because of the success of Short and Sweet. But I think that her team is brilliant. I think they branded her really well. I think she has an incredible personality for being famous. This girl's meant to be famous. Their brand deals they're getting for her are perfect. She's not overexposed. I don't think she's not doing the Sydney Sweeney signing her name on the dotted line for literally any brand that comes in her name. She's picking things carefully and she's creating a narrative through her music. And I think even with Manchild, you see the similarities with that music video to what she was doing on Short and Sweet. So I'm okay, I'm intrigued to see where this next musical era is for her. And I'm hoping to see something different with like ties back to her personality and like brand that we saw with Short and Sweet. But I think that if she can nail this next album and this next kind of era of herself, I think that she could be someone that gets up to that level at some
Yeah.
point.
I don't know. It's really hard because I think that now there's too much competition. Like
Yeah.
I think that when Beyonce and Taylor were younger and building their brand and creating a name for themselves, like there wasn't TikTok, there wasn't all of
Yeah.
this. Like you still went through the ranks and like really worked. Now
Mhm.
it's like anyone who's mildly a TikTok star and has an audience can go and be a singer. Doesn't
Right.
necessarily make them a good singer or make them ripe
Right.
for being a pop star, but I think that people's attention is too many places at once for
Yeah.
anyone to really reach that level of stardom
Yeah.
again. And I think we see flashes of it. But again, people will we see this time and time again, and I think now more than ever with access to information, people will build up these celebrities,
Yeah.
and the minute they get too big for their britches,
Knock
people
them
will
down.
tear them down, right?
Yeah.
Like we saw with Chapel, and like this is the only reason why I'm like, I just don't think that she, similar to me, is PR trainable. Okay. I
Right.
think she's going to say whatever the fuck she wants to say. And like that's part of her brand. And that's why the people who like her. But I don't
Right.
know if it has the makings to
Right.
be palatable for such a wide audience, right?
Totally. Hey, it's okay.
He has an opinion too.
Yeah, he agrees with
He
you.
agrees.
I think but here's the thing that I'm also thinking about when I think about Sabrina is when you look at her fans, it is very reminiscent of like the early days Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the young kids that are loving her music and love her and like want to like listen to things. She has people that have grown up with her from the Disney Channel days too.
Mm-hmm.
And you have people that are older, more mature. There's adults. There's like people that love her. She also has like she has male fans. Like I think she's done a great job cultivating her audience
Mm-hmm.
where I think that that can be longer lasting. There are some people that I feel like could have a possibility, but I don't think that they've necessarily like grabbed the bull by the horns. Like Olivia Rodrigo, I love her. I
Mm-hmm.
love Guts and I love Sour. However, they're not different. You could play me any song on either of those albums, and I would kind of have to be like, I had to forget which album this one's on because they sound the same. I don't think she differentiated herself enough between the two, and she's kind of stayed in this like same like look and like
Mm-hmm.
brand for too long that I'm like now is gonna where it's gonna be like, okay, you have to do something different or you're just gonna stay kind of stuck in what you are.
I mean, I hear you, but I also those were her first two albums. Like all of the first 5 Taylor albums were country singer-songwritery.
Yeah.
Only when she gained the ability to break out of that shell could she. I
Yeah.
think Man Child sounds like it could have been on Short and Sweet. Like I don't think it's
Right, well,
particularly
that's why I'm
that
like, I need to
different.
see where this next full album goes.
And so and she's also 20, right? She's only been doing this for like 4 years. So I think
Yeah.
the thing is like I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I think she's a great performer. I think she has
Yeah.
a lot of stage presence and she's collaborated with a lot of really incredible people.
Mhm.
Um and so I have hope. Like I do think that Olivia Rodrigo has the potential.
Yeah.
And again, I think that she's not necessarily overexposed right now either,
Agreed.
where I think that people are still like, "Oh, Olivia Rodrigo, okay."
Yeah.
Like I even was already seeing people were like, "Oh, well, maybe Sabrina's gonna give us the song of the summer," and then they were like, "Nope, Man Child sucks." Same thing as last time. So like already we're seeing people turn on Sabrina because it's not capturing their attention at a level that they think it should.
Right.
So I think it's going to be really hard for these young women to reach those levels of stardom
Yeah.
that we have seen in the past.
Yeah. Who do you think is the most recent that's really kind of gotten there? I think probably Ariana.
Yeah.
I think probably Ariana.
Yeah.
And now we have to be like, and now it's like, okay, is she gonna do music again? Like, I think
Yeah.
she will.
Yeah.
Definitely not as much as she has.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know, homie. I
He
know.
wants a new Ariana album. We
Crazy.
deserve it.
We deserve it. After Wicked for good, buddy. Don't worry. Oh, yeah, I know. Too long. Too far
But I
away.
think that this kind of, to quote another pop diva at the moment, Addison Rae. She
Put your
did
headphones on.
headphones on, Diet Pepsi. She recently just had an interview with the New York Times, I think, where she talked about, she goes, taste and choice is kind of a luxury, in reference to the fact that when she was coming up, she was kind of known. She was just filming all of these cringy TikTok videos, and she was
Mhm.
like, I was putting 8 to 10 videos out a day of just
Oh, yeah. She's like, I
dancing.
just had to say, like, I don't care about being cringe.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put
Because
these out.
she was just like, I need to get a platform so that I can do what I want to do. And I think that is, they see the fact that Taylor Swift has the freedom to break out of her shell. They see that Ariana has built this platform and can now be a movie star and do whatever she wants to do, and Beyonce can do all of these different genres. But I think that she's right, like, it takes time. You really, okay, two divas right here transitioning out of their genre.
Yeah, we're in our new era.
Okay, it takes time. You got to build a presence for yourself. Brittany Broski being a singer now and doing all these different things, like, it really takes time in order for you to break out. And so I think that only the successful ones who can really understand their vision and their long-term goals will get to that level of stardom and the freedom that comes with it.
I agree.
But I don't know. That's what Miss
What are we,
Ugly.
music critics? Look at us. Whoa.
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 Okay, what else do I want to talk about today?
um
Anything on your mind?
yeah, I wanted to talk about, I mean, it's like I know the answer to this, but like I just it's going to be old news by the time this comes out, but I want to talk about the Tonys and the Hamilton reunion because I loved it, but it was too short. And I like love that. I know that it isn't actually drama, but I love the supposed drama about Anthony Ramos only being in like the background, being the only lead company member to not have a solo. And like I know Lin-Manuel Miranda said that it's because he wasn't available and then was like randomly available Sunday mornings. They slipped him in, but like I subscribe to the fact that everyone is Team Jazz.
We have to believe.
I mean, I just love drama, so I want there to be drama.
I didn't watch the Tonys. What were some of the standout moments?
So
Fill me in.
I stopped watching right after the Hamilton, but it was, I don't know, probably like an hour and a half in. So started off, Cynthia hosted.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I love Cynthia Erivo.
I was going to say, do you think she has the riz for it?
I love her voice. She makes it look so easy. Not a comedic bone in that woman's body. The comedic timing, she's making jokes and she almost has to like pause and then like do a little smile, like eyebrow raise for you to be like, oh, that was
It's
a joke. Got it. Okay, yes, that was funny. Like she doesn't necessarily have the presence of like a host for the gig. She's just, here's the thing, she's too earnest. She is too earnest.
It's a British accent, you think?
Well, it was like, okay, for example, opening for the Hamilton, she was like, this musical like redefined how Americans view their own history, or so I'm told. Wink. Like I was just like, and it like took me, and I was like, oh, because she's British, so she's not trying to speak on behalf of Americans. But I was like, it was just like these little things where I'm like, I think if someone else had like said it, like it would have been different. I'm just like, it wasn't, I don't know. I mean, I love her. She's wonderful, but like it just wasn't the host that
Have
we
there
knew.
been memorable hosts in the past for you that you were like, they did a good job? Tony's is the one award show that I don't watch.
I don't watch it too often, like, and I don't pay too much attention, to be honest. I'm mostly there for the musical numbers. Like, I love to like watch the performances, but I feel like they usually have like people from like comedy and musical theater that host, and I think they're a little more charismatic. I don't know, but so it opened with a number from her, which was fine. The obvious was that Sarah Snook won for lead in a play, obviously.
Which again, incredible.
I'm like, yeah, because it's a one-woman show.
If she didn't win, I think I would have had to physically fight someone.
Yeah. So she won. There was a bunch of performances. I'm trying to think of anything that like really stood out to me. The Death Becomes Her was pretty good. Okay, I have to say it. And Broadway people, don't come for me. There was one performance on there, and I thought it was a joke.
What was it?
It was for like pirates or something, and I felt like I was watching a middle school musical. I was like, I'm kind of unsure if this is serious or not. None of the dancers were like on rhythm with each other, and I was like, did we just learn this today? What's kind of going on? And I thought it was gonna, I don't know what I thought it was gonna be, but then it was like up for an award, like multiple awards, and I was just like, I can't get behind this one. That's actually, I can't get behind that. So that was interesting. The Darren Criss musical, interesting.
Okay.
I'm intrigued. I don't know. It's like him and this girl. They are Korean, I believe, robots.
Okay.
Whose batteries are dying, and they really want to go to the forest to see these like fireflies.
Okay.
And so they're like going on this adventure before their batteries die to like do this like bucket list item. And they're like, they learn about like human connection and like the experience of being a human on their journey, which sounds really cute, and I feel like it'll be good. They picked the most boring number to do. I was like, so sleepy at this point.
Did you listen to the other numbers? Are they better?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So how do you know they could all be?
They could all be really boring, but I choose to believe that that was just a boring one. And then obviously it was Hamilton, and it was great. And I loved that they had everyone back and doing their thing, and they had Ariana DeBose do the bullet, which is like where she like literally kind of, that was like her big moment.
What else is she in? Sorry.
Ariana DeBose?
Yeah.
So she was the voice of the Disney princess in the movie Wish, the Disney princess movie. I think it was called Wish.
Didn't watch it. Everyone said that they used AI to rate that movie, so
yeah, I can tell. I watched it. And then she was also in West Side Story. She obviously
also
she
didn't
wasn't
watch it.
Rachel Zegler's character, but she was the sister, I think, or cousin. But that was like her big kind of like breakout. But she started getting famous mostly, I think, her turn in Hamilton. She was like that one dancer that like everyone loved, and now she is. I think honestly, I think she might have hosted the Tonys. Actually, I think she's someone that has hosted. But she's someone that. Oh my, what was it? I think it was at the Oscars or something, and someone made a joke, and it was like, oh, and we have people here that are actors who like, pretend to be singers, like Ariana DeBose or something, and everyone's like, she's literally from Broadway, like she's a singer first. It was just like very weird. But anyways, so yeah, I don't know. I liked the reunion. I thought it was really good.
Hey, all I saw from the Tonys was the Hamilton performance, and like I said in the group chat, can I live out for a second?
Yeah, do it.
with all of them wearing black and the imagery of the White House in the background with the king wearing red.
And not saying any words, just doing the da
Mhm,
da da da.
mhm. Again, can I lib out for a second? I said, you know what? Let's have this moment to really enjoy it. But then everyone who was editing the video with the monologue from Throne of Glass, where
Yeah.
Aelin is watching the
The
symphony protest
yeah.
and play their last performance. Oh, I was crying.
No,
I was
I was like,
crying. Hate to say it. I was
good
crying.
Sarah J. Maas, you've done something special here.
So
When life imitates art for real.
truly, truly, truly. Yeah, no, my mom was live texting me like as if I was watching the Tonys. Unfortunately, I was watching Love Island. I was like, "What are you saying? You're saying a bunch of words." She was no context. She just texted me purpose. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
what does that mean? As
It's a
someone
it's a
who's
show that was, like, nominated for, like, everything.
as someone who's not watching the Tonys, can you give me some context? Allegedly won Best Play.
Yes.
So, and it's kind of crazy because like I love musicals. I love going to shows. I love going to plays. I just don't do it very often. And I don't keep up, but I wish that I went to more.
Me too, and you live in New York, girl. You should be.
I know. It's
I
the
was,
one.
like, wanting to watch, and Nick was like, "No, I don't wanna watch right now," and I was like, "I love the Tonys." I was like, "I love musicals." And he's like, "You haven't even seen any of these shows," and I said, "Only because you haven't brought me to Broadway to see them."
Well, you
What's a girl
hey,
to do?
come visit me anytime, babes. We'll go to Broadway.
No,
Okay?
actually, I was thinking
You
I
got to
would
come.
love
You got to come for a weekend where we like don't
do
have
anything.
things planned.
No, I was thinking about how I really want to, like, come visit you and us have just, like, a Broadway weekend, and we just,
Yeah.
like, do one of those, like, mother-daughter weekends where we just go to, like, 10 shows.
We do a matinee, then we grab some food, and then we go to the 7 p.m. showing of a
Exactly.
different
Friday,
show.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. It
6
would
shows
actually be
one
really
weekend.
fun.
No,
Say
I
the
think it would
word.
be so fun.
Say the word. I'm there. Yeah, the Tonys were not something that I watched, but I need to go see more shows because I love the arts.
I know.
I just bought tickets to go see the symphony play Twilight. So
Amazing. I know that I saw they're having that, like, one night only in Providence too. I should go.
you should. I'm
I went
really
once to, uh, the symphony in New York, and they did it was that, but, all of the Danny Elfman
mm,
soundtracks, and it was so good.
I really want to go on my bucket list. I want to go to the opera. I want to go to the ballet.
I wanna go to the ballet so bad.
Okay, we'll
Can
go
that
to
be
the
part of our
ballet.
weekend?
What?
Should we just have, like,
Yeah,
an arts weekend?
we should.
We go to the Met, we go to the ballet, we go to plays.
You'd go to the Met with me? You hate a museum.
I hate a museum, but I'd go to the Met. I'm just it's gonna be a
Arts and culture weekend.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
would love
dream,
that.
dream.
That's what you can trade for the painting that I got you.
Okay, yeah. Perfect.
Deal.
Have you been reading anything good lately? Or are you still in your slump?
I just finished Reckless. Thank God. Thank God I finally finished it. So for anyone who's unfamiliar, Reckless is the second book in the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts.
Yes, okay.
It was kind of so there's three books: Powerless, Reckless, and Fearless. And so I bought Powerless when I was home for Christmas at Barnes and Noble.
Yep.
And this book was kind of controversial. Some people really loved it, some people really hated it. They were like, it's a knockoff of this series, The Red Queen. I said, I never heard of it. Whatever. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna read it. And I crushed it in about a day. It
Yeah.
wasn't very taxing, but I couldn't understand what it wanted to be. There
Yeah.
were elements of the Hunger Games.
Yes, I
There
remember
were
this.
trials. They had powers. There was an evil king. There was enemies to lovers, but he didn't know that they were enemies. There was a lot of things that I just was like, I want this to be better.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, I didn't really love the first one, but my friends who read the first one were like, what are you talking about? We loved it.
And
And so
that's when you
then,
start to second guess yourself. You're like, do I have
yeah,
bad
so then I
taste?
was like, okay, well, maybe I should give the second. They're like, I think you're gonna really like the second one. So I was like, fine. So I was at Ripped Bodice the other day, or like probably a month ago at this point, and I picked up both Reckless and Fearless, and I said, fine. Because all of my friends, like everyone else in the friend group who read all these books, they were like, I loved them. I ate them up. And I was like, huh, okay. Well, I guess if I'm the only one, like I might as well give the second one a
Yeah.
shot.
Like maybe you were in a weird headspace when you were reading the first
Yeah.
one and you just didn't get it at the time.
And I got like 75% of the way through, and I was like, oh God, this is so boring. Like
Yeah.
I can tell that they're both like, we can't like each other. We're like, it's just not gonna work. Like he's spoiler alert, she's running from him, he's chasing, like he has to bring her back to the kingdom. And so the most of the book is them playing cat and mouse, and then when he does capture her, they're like, you're like, I know, just this again, I just was like, I don't, it just wasn't doing it for me, and I
Mhm.
don't. And then where they were in the second book, they don't have powers, so like it was kind of boring because it was like, now you don't even have any magic.
Hmm.
So I got put in a slump because of that, but I finally finished. I'm staring at Fearless. It's a pretty thick book. I got to take some time before I attempt to read it. I think I'm gonna finish the series. But I
Well,
think
now you have to.
I think I'm really gonna skim the last book just to see. I did see the ending coming of the second book, so that wasn't a surprise to me. So
Okay.
I just want to see how it plays out and how they get out of it. But
Yeah.
I need a cute little rom-com next. When we go to the Dude Ranch, we're all gonna book club a cowboy romance.
Love.
So I'm excited about that. We're reading the second in the series of the Done and Dusted series. So I'm excited about that. But otherwise, I need something good to read. How is Mistborn going?
So good. It starts off like not slow, like I was like eating it up when I first read it, but it is so much world building because like I mean, this man has like every single book of his, there's so many of them and they all take place like they're all interconnected universes.
Okay.
So like my brother was telling me that there is like someone in this book and he's like he's in every single one of these books.
So is
Like
this like is this the one that you start with, or
yeah, so you can I think so my brother read a different one or two beforehand, but
so
he's like
he hasn't read Mistborn?
no.
Okay.
He read one or two others before Mistborn, and he's like, yeah, but they're kind of like standalone, so they don't necessarily like impact this universe, but I just have more context about like the like world that he's built or
Okay.
whatever. But it's like generally recommended to start with the Mistborn trilogy and then you go into other ones. Because I think this one is like the one that like kind of gets you in the best. It's kind of like when people are like, which Sarah J. Maas should I do? And everyone's like, start with Akatar because that's what's gonna really like pull you into like her writing style and her
Yeah.
world, and then
Okay.
you go elsewhere. But it's so good. There's just like there's so much world building, but like in such a fun way. And like
You know I love world building.
yeah, like it's so good and so fun, and like he's introduced like such good characters that are like teaching, and so like the main girl, her name is Vin, and she is like realizing that she has these powers that she didn't
Mhm.
necessarily know that she had, and so she has someone who is also the same like level as her, who's also a Mistborn, and he's teaching her about her powers. But
Okay.
then she has all these other people that are teaching her about the individual powers that she has, and so she's learning from them. And then there's this other guy who's a keeper, and so they basically like have the knowledge of like everything ever. And
Mhm.
so like he is teaching her about all these different things. So like as the reader, you're learning along with her, but like you have all these teachers and it's so fun. And so it is fun to still be like, oh, I don't understand this, but like I probably will.
Mhm.
And like, and it's so fun. And it's like, it's kind of like a heist. Like there's like, they're planning this big, like kind of heisty kind of thing. And it's like, oh my God, it's like really, really fun. I just finished part 3. I
Okay.
want to say there's like 7 or 8 parts in the book. David finished it.
Already?
Yeah,
Damn.
he didn't wait for me. We were supposed to wait for each other to finish different parts, and so he
He
texted me
said you're too slow.
he texted me the other day and he goes, so we touched base after part 1.
Yeah.
And then I was like really busy, and so I didn't start part 2. And so then he texted me the other day and goes, "Where are you at on Mistborn?" I said, "I like have barely started part 2, but like I can get to it like this weekend." And he was like, "Okay, I'm a little bit ahead." And I said, "Oh, you're in part 3 now?" And he goes, 5. And I was like, "Okay, sick."
Perfect.
So he said, "You have until Sunday, Father's Day, to finish because I'm starting book 2 like on my bus ride home from the Cape on Sunday." So
With
like,
or without
yeah,
you.
he's like, "I really want to talk to you about it. So finish before then." And I was like, "Okay, yes, sir." So I've been kind of trying to cook on that for the past couple days, but it's really good. It's actually pretty fun that he is ahead of me because he's like, "Oh, like what part are you at? Like, what are you learning right now?" And I keep giving him kind of like theories that I have. And
Mhm.
he's like, "No, like that's not it." So like it's kind of fun to know that your theories aren't what's gonna happen because you're like, okay, well, what is it? And
Mhm.
he's like literally every single thing that happens in this book is like not what I expected.
Mm.
So I'm like really excited. And like I said, we talked about the concept of being massacred and being sandowed. And he
Sando,
said
yeah.
the last 200 pages are absolutely bananas. And that's why he's like, you have to finish soon because I need to
To
move on
talk
to
about
book
it.
2. He's like, I need to talk about it and I need to know what happens next. So I have to start book 2.
Yeah.
So it's going really well. I'm really liking it. There was a period that I was like, I don't know, like I'm liking it, but I'm not like desperate to like keep reading,
Yeah.
and that was kind of after part 1, but
Yeah.
he was like, you got to get to like part 3 and then it really kicks off, and he was so right. um yeah, there's just a lot of like setup for
Yeah.
the story. Like you have to know who all these different characters are and what the world is
Again,
like
this is
and
my problem with a
political
lot of
climate.
fantasy novels nowadays is they don't do the setup.
Yeah, they want hits, they want to sell books, they want to capture people right away and just do it, but like they
But then
sacrifice story for like
the
spice.
payoff isn't good. You know what
No.
I mean? Like I want that
Like, sorry, I
lo-
don't need my characters to be fucking every 3 pages.
right.
Like, actually, you wanna know what I love? Emotional intelligence,
Well,
and I wanna hear them actually converse with each other, and I want a story.
I'm so I lied. I actually started and I had started probably a month or two ago, but I started Book of Azrael. Did you read this book?
No, I didn't, it's been on my list.
Okay. I'm only on like the second chapter, but my friend Madeline, who she will be listening to this podcast, so hey Maddie,
Mm.
she said that she was like the whole first book is like edging you. It's just like the slowest of slow burns. And I'm like, okay, and that's how I felt with Hurricane Wars too. So I
Yes,
fucking eat that shit up. So
exactly.
it's like, and again, it's hard whenever you start a new fantasy book because there's so many things you have to like
Exactly.
digest. So it's a slow roll, but I am very excited about this one.
Yeah. Like the political like this book just has like so many layers of like the political system, the political climate, caste systems, like all these different things, and it's like so fun. All of the like the main like group of people, they're all uh like from like thieving crews, and
Mm,
so they're like the lowest of low class, and but then they're like pretending to be like nobility, so then you like get a peek into that world. It's really fun. I'm having like so much fun with it, and I am excited because I know that he has so many books, and he's like the fantasy, like I don't know, I feel like he's not at the same level, but people talk about Brandon Sanderson books as like similar to like Lord of the Rings,
yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
He. Okay. Well, maybe I'll get into it too.
Yeah, you should.
I feel like it's been a minute since you and I read a book at the same
I
time.
know. This one's fun too because it's like definitely fantasy,
Mhm.
obviously, but like as of right now, there's not like romance is not at the heart of it. It is just like very, very like
Mhm.
character driven, and the characters are all really well developed. And like I'm just like it's really fun to like dive into such like a well built out world. So
Yeah.
I feel like you should.
That makes me think and this is kind of a general question, but like every time this part of the year rolls around, we used to get a new touch of darkness book.
Yeah, we did.
And so I'm like craving like a Greek mythology book right now. Is there anything like this time of year that you just like have such an itch for? Like for me, it's also like laying in my ice cold bed watching Love Island. Like cozied up, wearing a sweatshirt, my room is frigid. I'm watching Love Island. Like I'm itching for that. Like I'm itching for a like Greek mythology retelling, smutty little book. Like what is it about this time of year that you're like, I feel
I'm
it.
always looking I honestly, I'm always looking for, like, a good series
Mm,
because I know that I'm about to be, like, sitting in my backyard or, like, going to the beach or, like, being at my parents' a lot, and, like, I love a series.
mhm.
I like standalones, but I love a series. I love when things, like, continue on, so I am always like, "Okay, I need, like, a good series to, like, bring me through the summer."
Yeah. I get I have like an ancestral call, I feel, like when migratory birds like
Yeah,
know the way
yeah.
to the nesting grounds. I just like the wind blows a certain way and I'm like, it's time.
Greek mythological romance.
I'm like, it's time for a Hades and Persephone retelling, babes. Like,
You
let's
need it, you
go.
need it. Well, Sarah J. Maas, get on it because we are thinking that the next book is gonna be Hades Persephone coded.
That would be so crazy. I saw a TikTok which I didn't even bother sending it because I did my research before I sent it. But someone was
Whoa,
like,
there's a first
"Oh,
time for everything, huh?
hey. Usually it's not me, okay? Usually it's not me in the group chat spreading misinformation. Someone posted a screenshot. I don't even know where they got this screenshot from. I couldn't replicate it. Couldn't find it. But it was like Crescent City 4 announcement. And everyone was like, I can't believe we got a Crescent City 4 announcement for Akatar 6. And everyone was freaking out about it. And I was like, did I miss something?
Right.
When I was like, when did this announcement hit the streets? That's news to me. I didn't even want to get excited about it. My blood pressure didn't even go up 1 point because I said, I'm not getting my hopes up until I fact check this. I went to Sarah's Instagram and guess what I found?
What?
Zilch.
Okay, I was like, don't say a Crescent City 4 announcement. Sorry, I am on my phone because the wind blew in the direction of this conversation, so obviously I'm on author Penn Cole's Instagram to see if we have any update. At this point, I'm not even reading it. I'm not reading it. I refuse.
At this point, I'm illegally downloading the book.
She won't be getting my money.
I'm pirating it, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna need Sarah to figure something out. Like, I need something.
Something.
I need something. I'm like, give me a novella. Like, I don't know. Give me another freaking Frost and Starlight type book. I don't
Again, this
care.
is why I wish sometimes authors put out books like fanfics. Like, I wish that I had a new chapter
Literally.
once a week. I could be like, new chapter just dropped.
Like, I need
Like,
that.
I need that slow drip.
That's a sext. New chapter just dropped. Like, yeah, give me something else. Like, I need it. I need it.
Like, straight into my veins.
I need it.
All right, we're coming up on our hour mark. Guess what time it is? Nicole's dating update time.
For sure, for sure. Let's go.
But unfortunately, I have no news to report. Like, it's so funny because they just like genuinely don't have time.
No, you don't.
It's
You're a busy
summertime
bitch.
and every single night I'm booked. But other than dating news
Maybe you're
today,
gonna meet a cowboy at the Dude Ranch
I'm really hoping that I have a little cowboy romance.
while you're reading your cowboy romance.
God, that would be such a dream.
And then
I
you
want
can
to learn
and then you can give him the book and say we're recreating this scene.
I want to learn how to lasso so bad.
God, I'm gonna be so jealous while you're there. Like, I'm gonna be so jealous.
She's
I'm
gonna
so
I'm gonna have
upset.
to block Kate from looking at my
Yeah,
Instagram stories.
I'm unfollowing you for a little while because wow, I'm gonna be so jealous with all the horseback riding you're gonna do.
Yeah. So looking to find my cowboy or a rich man from the city who's there on vacation, and we also just happen to
There.
fall in love.
For
You know,
anyone.
that could work too.
A ranch hand.
You know, anyone who will treat me right, because the boys, they're just not doing it right now.
No.
So, c'est la vie. It is what it is. No news is good news right now. Okay,
Yeah.
friends. But hopefully, I'll have a whirlwind romance to talk about when I get back from the dude ranch. I'm saving myself for that.
I am so hopeful. I'm so hopeful. If you don't, it's a lie night. Just make one up for us when you get back.
It's a lie night.
Girls, it's a lie night.
All right. Well, this has been lovely, per usual.
Per usual. Love you so much. Love you guys listening so much. We'll be back with a new episode soon. But in the meantime, we'll see you on the internet. And then
We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to See You on the Internet.
To keep up with the fun between episodes, make sure to follow us at See You on the Internet Pod on both Instagram and TikTok.
And to join in on the fun on the podcast itself, call the Kate Nicole hotline at 646-780-9063 or email us at hi@seeyouontheinternetpod.com.
We'll be back with a new episode soon, but in the meantime, we'll see you on the internet.